Hi everyone, hi, welcome back to my channel. Today is an absolutely wonderful and amazing day because I'm going to be sharing a poem by the Hannah Louise Poston. If you don't know who Hannah is, Hannah Louise Poston, she is a poet. Her main gig is poetry, and she is a writer of literary nonfiction. She actually is here on YouTube as well. That's how I know Hannah. She has a beauty YouTube channel and she's very introspective. And she's just a wonderful person to watch. Very thoughtful with her content. Very just a wonderful and delightful human being to watch here on the YouTube. On the YouTube. Wow. Okay. But I reached out to Hannah because I know she's a poet. I've read every single thing available to me that Hannah has written that's been published out there. I know that she has been working on a poetry manuscript for a while now, and believe me, I will be the first to sign up and buy her book when her book comes out. But here's the deal. I asked if I could read her poem and she said yes. And so that made me really excited. But if you are just into poetry, she actually did a whole beauty video where she spoke in iambic pentameter. I'm going to link that below. I mean, it's just fascinating because she goes through the entire video speaking only in iambic pentameter, and it's fascinating. When she often describes beauty products, her beauty routine, really anything, it sounds like poetry coming from her mouth, as it should, like the poet that she is. So I am really excited to share Song for the Women Poets. This is the poem that I chose, and I chose it because if you were to pause my life and look around, the scene would be the one that she paints in her poem. And she asks this question a couple of different times throughout the poem: where do I go from here? And I feel like in this pause, as you're looking around, and as she has this imagery of a life, really, of an imperfect life, of the one that often fills women's lives with the sink being full and things to do and all of that. In this pause, she's asking, where do you go from here? And I feel like it's this reconciliation of what you have to do and what you want to do. And how do you reconcile that? And one is asking this introspective question of where do you go from here? Which I feel like I often do. Do I read or do I do the dishes? And sometimes it's not just that. It's all of the deeper implications underneath. Where does my time go? How do I use it? Do I use it just to do the things that I have to do? And where is there time for what I want to do? And so I really loved this poem, and I'm so happy and proud to share it with you. Okay, tiny cut. I try and read these poems as fluidly as possible to do the poem justice. So, without further ado, Song for the Women Poets. Where do you go from here? Eyes wet as the weather, kids' slippers coming unstitched as puddles eat at the leather. Soles scraped by stepping stones, scalp sore from brushing. Where do you go from here, limp-limbed and fleshing? Having left the raveled stockings tied to the darning egg, having left the hopsack apron sagging on its peg, having left the mixing bowl loaded with rising dough, and the flour spilled in a farewell note on the counter, where do you go? Your felted dress like blotting cloth, your hair blackened by ink, your dishes with their painted lace congealing in the sink? No one will take you in without a bucket, soap, and mop. And you know you need a cobbler, but you can't find his shop. And of course, Harry is stealing the show But that was Song for the Women Poets by Louise Poston. Thank you so much, Hannah, for letting me read your poem and sharing your poetry with our little corner of booktube here. Yeah, that is it. I'm going to link Hannah's website where you can read all of her published poetry. It's wonderful. She is a wonderful and brilliant poet. So please go check out her website. I'm going to link this poem specifically down below. So if you want to see the words and how she constructed the poem, you know, please do so, excuse me. And really that's it for me on Poetry Thursday. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, Harry is using my hands as chew toys. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.